Glory Day. Welcome, Happy New Year. And I and the monkey puppet are here to wish you a very happy 2015. And I have a video update for mostly for January, but I have some other stuff coming up here, so I'll try to breeze through it really quickly and go pack. And if my hat bothers you, maybe your team will win some year, like mine is. Okay, I have my list of things that I'd like to share with you, and if you bear with me, we'll try to get through them pretty quickly. We have a Happy New Year. Okay, number one, jterm is coming up. Jterm is a time when we take some weeks out of the normal catechism routine for all confirmation families and any other church members that want to come. Join us on January 7th, January 14th, for 2 weeks this year. I'll explain that in a second, where we are going to meet all together in the sanctuary, and we're going to discuss the topic of faith and science. We have 2 weeks this year because Lent is coming very early. We actually have Ash Wednesday on February 18th this year, which means Easter is April 5th. It's very early, and I just didn't have enough time in our calendar to take a whole month out for jterm, because that would mean our small groups end mid-December, which would be kind of weird. So I'm giving you 2 weeks to begin talking about faith and science, and I'll explain those weeks to you in a second, and then to let you know that the 21st of January is another family event. It's for your small groups for confirmation. Each small group will choose a service project together in our community, preferably out of the building, but you can meet here if you need to. And your groups can decide what you want to do to serve together, just as one small group, with including our confirmation families, parents, brothers and sisters, whoever you want to include in that. Like we did in December, but this one's for families. And if you need ideas for that, let me know. So the first week of jterm is the 7th of January. We're going to meet together at 6:30 in the sanctuary for an hour. Again, other members of the church are welcome to join us, as our family, neighbors, whatever you want to bring along. We're going to be welcoming 2 guests, young Christians, maybe not young in the eyes of our teenagers, but, you know, 30-somethings, 30-somethings from the St. Paul area, who have their PhDs in science-related fields but also hold to a deep Christian faith, were raised in Lutheran families and in the Lutheran Church, and would like to talk about how they see faith and science interrelating. We'll have a time for families to have some discussion around those topics on that night. And then when we come back on the 14th of January, again at 6:30 in the sanctuary, we're going to have a panel of Gloria Day members who are Christians and also work or think deeply about scientific or research fields that have to do with chemistry or other sciencey things. You'll have to come find out. A number of our Gloria Day members are going to join us for that panel, hopefully moderated by, I think our pastors are moderating that. We're also going to spend a little bit of time on the 14th looking at the first 11 chapters of Genesis, not like a Bible study, but just talking about origins and what do we do with those first chapters of Genesis. Do we take them as historical fact? Are they just poetry? Are they allegory? How are faithful Christians supposed to read those chapters? And do they disagree with what science has found? So those are some of the questions I want to explore. We are only going to be able to start the exploration of this. Just like science, it's always an evolving discussion. And so if you have further discussion that you'd like to have as families or small groups about this, I'm going to compile a list of resources on our WordPress, links, YouTubes, PDFs, books that you might want to consider reading. I'm just going to dump a whole bunch of stuff to consider on there, and if you have something you'd like to add to that, that'd be really cool to get that conversation going. And I'm really excited to have this be our topic this year. A little different than what we've done in the past, and definitely could have taken a lot more weeks on this. I'm kind of wishing we would have waited, but I will tell you this is something that comes up for especially our 10th graders when they're writing their faith statements or creedal projects. The questions that science pose have been a tripping hazard for some of our confirmands, and they do not need to be. But we haven't really taken the time to explain how God and science can do a mashup. So that's what we're going to be doing. Some other random announcements. We have 5 spots still open for our Wind River, Wyoming trip. It's a YouthWorks mission trip in January. I don't have time for that. July 2015. So that trip is open to anyone currently in 6th grade all the way through 12th grade. If you would like to participate, we really need your registrations as soon as possible. In the middle of January, I need to send in some more money for our payments, and if you want to be part of the team, we need to get you involved in the fundraising and stuff now. So friends are welcome. If they don't participate in church here, that's totally fine. Just let me know. We have enough adults for now. If I need more, I'll let you know. We have our Winter Blast Lock-In coming up on January 16th. It's a Friday night, and we're going to be here for about 12 hours hanging out, doing all sorts of stuff. We have hopefully enough snow for a sledding hill for the first couple of hours, and then we have some awesome group art projects we're going to be working on, open gym tournaments, movies playing the whole time. We have a Cabin Fever Cafe, which we're going to have a lot of food. We're going to have a photo booth. There will be separate sleeping rooms for girls and guys if you are a person who can't or doesn't want to stay up all night. A room for you to bring your sleeping bag and relax. The price right now, if you pre-register, is $30. You can pay $35 at the door, and we're going to be giving away a ton of prizes at this thing. So if you want more raffle tickets to win more prize opportunities, you need to bring some more cans of food for the food shelf or donate some clothing for Joseph's coat. And we'll send out more information about that, but that's coming right up. I still need adults to help us host this whole thing, including setup, including shopping before the event, and just running the different rooms that we have. I'm hoping to have some students from Augsburg College here leading the games and stuff like that. But we have a sign-up genius that I've been trying to get out there for you to serve. You don't have to stay the whole night. You could just come for part of it, but there's lots of different shifts available. It's going to be fun. I'm going to stay up all night. Okay, we have a grill and chill coming up on just a second. January 25th. It's at Delilah Schuster's home for senior high students. And the 7th grade retreat is coming up the first weekend of February. We are doing it. I know that I've sent out some stuff saying I wasn't sure if we can make it happen, but we have enough people. I think we'll make that one work. It's the sexuality retreat for 7th graders or 8th graders. If you didn't go last year, you need to go to this. It's at Gustavus, and I will be sending out registration information very soon. Finally, I'm at 8 minutes. Okay, we have something different going on for Lent this year because, as I already previewed to you, Easter is early this year, which means it's most of your spring breaks, probably all of your spring breaks. We've decided to put the crosswalk production on the shelf for the time being, so we will not be doing a crosswalk this year on Good Friday, which means all of our Wednesdays during Lent for 7th and 8th grade will be spent doing something else. And for our 9th and 10th graders, you have extra options this year. If you don't want to just do the Lent Soup Supper discussions with your mentor, you'll be invited to join a book club, which is available to all grades and all families. There'll be lots of book club options, which that's what I'd really encourage you to do. And we also have some community and individual spiritual practice-based art stuff coming up for each week during Lent, and I'll be announcing what those activities are. Those are open to families, and we'll have those experiences led by myself and some other Gloria Day members. If you're not an artist and that doesn't appeal to you at all, still check it out, because we're going to make it available to anyone, whether you feel artsy or not, and they're for us to help us get ready to journey to the cross for Easter. So some of it will just be freestyle art, and some of it will be simple things that you can do to work on your spiritual practices during Lent. And those can be done as small groups, families, or individuals. I'll have more information about all of that coming as soon as I can get it out. As you realize, it's a very busy January for me, and I'm working with amazing people to try to get that all together. So if you have questions about that, let me know. This video has gone on long enough. Just making sure I think I got it all. Hey, Happy New Year. Make a difference. Get out there, do something, and stay warm. God bless. Oh, did we come from monkeys? I'll see you in jterm.